Crash course number 8, I think. I think this is my last one. And this one's going to be on a very sensitive topic involving self-harm and suicide. Now, my self-harm only really sort of took over, really prominently since I kind of split up with my first love, and from there it's just spiraled. And as the years have gone by, I've used it as a coping strategy, albeit a bad one. I used to drink in excess to cope. I have been self-harming extremely to cope, and neither are good. At some point in between there, I was able to use exercise as my kind of addictive behaviour to cope, but then I kind of lost track with all that. And yeah, so that's kind of that, if you get my drift. My self-harm has become that extreme that it's required many surgeries. I'm covered top to toe in scars, and it's I don't think that any woman will want to be with someone like that, and that's maybe my own self-esteem talking. Because I look at myself and I think they'll just be repulsed by the scars. There's, I suppose, two types of self-harmers, and I don't like to categorize stuff, but some people can do it on a level where they can do it safely, and then you've got me who can basically doesn't do it safely, i.e. extremes, dangerous. No form of self-harm, is the right way forward. But if you're watching this and you are a self-harmer, then I completely understand why you might do it. The reasons why we might do it will be completely different, but I understand the kind of overriding factor of why you do it. It's probably because you just need that escape. It could be trauma from childhood. It could just be part and parcel of your condition, or it could be both. But it's important to realise that you're not alone. There is help out there, and it's about reaching out. And at the end of this video, I will say how I feel like you can reach out. Now, the next step, the next part is extreme self-harmer to kind of take your own life, which I have on 4 or 5 occasions, well documented by myself. I've been in induced comas twice and nearly lost my life. One time, twice, but one time in particular, telling my dad I might not wake up, I might not see the night through. And that was me at my absolute most desperate. And it really is. It's a horrible place to be, where you can't see any other way out other than to not be here. And sometimes it's not that you necessarily want to die, it's just that you can't handle what's going on in your head, and you can't handle your reality. It took me a while to realise that mind altering substances, for me particularly alcohol, that's very detrimental, and it increases the risk of suicide attempts because all your inhibitions are lowered. So I feel like even though I've been there and I've done that, now, come to 4 years sober, just over 3.5, I'm well. I don't want people to be making the same mistakes that I do. With self-harm and suicide, it's also extremely difficult on them that love you, because they see someone they love being hurt, and it is really difficult for them. It probably rips their heart into two. I mean, I can only imagine, and I know through speaking to family and friends what it kind of does to them. And, if I try and put myself in their position, how would I feel if, they were self-harming and had tried to take their own life? I'd be absolutely heartbroken. Now, I just want to go on to what help is out there. It really depends on your level and degree of self-harm, why you're doing it, your psychiatric sort of background, all that sort of stuff. But there are support groups everywhere. Your first port of call is obviously going to be your GP, who can refer you to somebody who can, somebody who can help you. And this could be a counsellor, it could be a CBT therapist. I also think that, and trust me, I know it's really hard, opening up is really difficult, but if you've got somebody you can open up to, it makes them aware and they can keep an eye out for you. And also, if those who love you are finding it difficult to come to terms with, it's I sort of allow for that, and I allow for that in them, that I'm able to now put myself in their position and understand that they are going to feel helpless, and it is going to break their heart to see me going through it. So it's also important to give them close to you a break if they're maybe not reacting as you would think the best to it, or in what is your best interest. They might not know how to react to it. Now, I'll strive to keep going forward and try and promoting that you're not alone. And this is something which I'm very passionate about, and this is why I created the channel to start with. Obviously now I'm just sort of redoing videos, because I had a big time off because I was very acutely unwell with my self-harm, and touch wood, that seems to a few operations later, and I seem to be doing okay. And again, I'm very superstitious, so it's touch wood again. But if you go back over my videos from months ago, there'll be videos on self-harm and suicide that are a lot more in depth than this, because like I said, this is just a crash course, and it's about you sort of probably seen this video and then thinking, right, I'm going to go back and look over it. You could be the sufferer, and by that I mean the person who is self-harming or is having suicidal thoughts or has tried to end their life. Or you could be the other type of sufferer, that is the loved one looking down. So there's support out there for both parties. For somebody who's looking down, it could be finding like-minded people who are also going through the same thing, see someone they love go through it. But I'll keep trying to provide support, and my inbox is always open. And I just want you to realise that you're not alone, no matter who you are, what walk of life you've been down, and again, my inbox is always open, and you know, I think that just knowing you're not the only one is comforting, and it doesn't make you selfish by feeling comforted by knowing you're not alone. It's not a case of that. It's just knowing you're not the only one going through similar stuff. But you will likely still feel alone in your own head, very isolated. Because, like I said, what you're going through is as unique as your DNA and your fingerprint. It's never going to be the same for two people. So yeah, subscribe to my channel if you feel like I could be of some help and use. I've been there, I've lived it. I've not just sort of read a textbook. I've got the sort of knowledge and experience of 7 acute admissions, 5 suicide attempts, 3 or 4 operations, and scars from head to toe behind me. So I do feel like I can help. I'm not a professional, I'm not qualified, but I do believe that real life experience, you know, is second to none rather. Anyway, so thanks for watching, and I hope you can subscribe, and I hope I can help people, and you can send people my way who you think might benefit. Okay, so goodbye, and thank you for watching.